What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chris Watch Movie Party. I'm Chris,
I'm Shell.
and tonight we're watching the original Terminator. Michelle, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm good. Everyone
I'm in a
who's
bit of a
watching,
ham coma.
Yes. Yes. How was everyone's Easter?
Very nice. Very nice. Yours?
Yes. It was good. As we are just talking offline, a lot of chocolate eating, a lot of sports watching. We're also talking before. Been watching WrestleMania the last 2 days, so that's been fun.
Yeah, I've not been doing that.
I'll watch it every year. That's really the main event that I will watch every year.
Jacob was watching it and he tries to tell me about it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
I don't give a shit. Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
I try to be interested in everything he's in, but I can't get into that. And he was all excited because Cena was back or something. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get started with the movie. So 3, 2, 1, play. Okay.
Again, I can't hear it. Good God. One of these days I'll remember. Do you prefer the first or the second Terminator?
I'm definitely the second, that's for sure. I even saw the second one
Me
first.
Too. Really?
Yeah, I reckon even the first time I watched this one, because I don't think I watched this one till like the start of 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it really the first time, except for like the last part.
I love Michael Biehn, so this one will always have a very special place in my heart.
Oops. Yeah, I definitely like it more now. It's just that the first time I saw it, because obviously, because you know what Terminator 2 is, and you were just kind of expecting sort of like that same sort of quality.
Right. In my opinion, 2 is Cameron's best movie.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I think we are even talking about this when True Lies was on. I'd probably say that'd be probably his second.
Yeah, I don't like his blockbuster movies. I'm not a big fan.
Everyone goes on about The Abyss. I need to watch that.
I've seen it. It's pretty good. It's not
pretty good.
Spectacular, but it is enjoyable. Yeah.
What's that one really about?
They're in an underwater, like an office kind of.
Okay,
it's tubes and metal and stuff under the bottom of the sea, and the water is coming alive.
Okay.
so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Arnold was called by Guinness the most perfectly developed man in the history of the world.
Yeah, I can see that.
Me too. He turned down the role of John McClane. He wouldn't have been able to fit in those the
Yeah.
vents, the ducts.
Yeah, I think that definitely suited Bruce Willis more.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I think if Arnie did it, it would have had to be more sort of action, where Bruce Willis had sort of like that smart ass charm to him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our friend. There's Billy.
Yeah.
Bill
Bill
Paxton.
Paxton. God, he's massive. Eh? What a way to go.
I forgot which one it was. I think it might have been the latest one they did, Dark Fate, where they like recreated this scene.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's the last Terminator film, and they brought Linda Hamilton on that back.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think of Linda Hamilton?
I haven't really seen her in much besides these.
What do you think of her in these?
Oh, I definitely prefer her in 2 than this one.
I just find like she's too much. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he took clothes from the clothing store.
No, I don't remember a clothing store. I don't remember this scene. Maybe he does take clothes from
Oh,
here, like a
yeah, I think he
shirt,
does.
shoes.
I thought he was naked until this part, which would have been funny.
Would have been awkward.
Not much of a search if you're just going to put your bloody light up there.
I was thinking that too.
Was she dating James Cameron back then?
Yes,
They were?
I think so. I forgot all about that.
Oh, they weren't married for long, 97 to 99. But it just depends on how long they were dating before that.
They dated for 6 years after getting together in 1990.
Okay. So she was basically just an actress for him then. Because this is 84?
Yeah. It would have taken 10 days with that little saw.
I'll cut the end off. So that'd be pretty hard wood, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I see we currently got 5 people in here. If you want to just click this link in the chat and it will give you a copy of the film and it'll be you'll be in the same place we are.
Thanks for watching.
Always a pleasure.
Of course we are. He's subtle, anyway.
Sarah Connor.
That would be a little unnerving, I think.
Yeah. Especially if it's a few of them the same name.
Right. I don't want them to remake either of these, especially the second one. But I think how amazing would they be today?
Yeah, but just still going by what they have made, everything's failed so far.
Yeah, I just visually, it would be visually
Yeah.
stunning.
Although I haven't watched it for a long time, and I know you're not a fan of him. I didn't mind Salvation, I think, with Christian Bale. He played John Connor.
I can't remember. I've seen one of the other ones, but I can't remember which one it was. And I wouldn't have known if it were Christian Bale back then anyway. I didn't know who he was until Batman.
I think that was when was that? I think it was after Batman.
No, then I didn't see that one.
Christian. Yeah, that was 2009, so that was after The Dark Knight.
After Batman. Yeah, so
Maybe you've seen 3. That's when the girl is the Terminator.
no, I'm looking now. Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen. She looks familiar to me. Maybe. I don't think so, though. It might have been 4, and I just didn't care about Christian Bale then either. Because
Yeah.
I know I saw the Batmans on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salvation's the one I saw
Okay.
once, and it was forever ago. I'm sure that was a family movie night picked by one of my boys.
Yeah.
Oh, Lance Henriksen.
Yeah.
Thought he was in it too. It's like watching a whole new movie. I haven't seen this movie in decades.
You haven't watched it for a while.
I watched 2 last year. I think it was last year. It had to be.
Yeah, I think the last time I watched it, the boys were talking about it because they were talking about the end, how it like resembles like a horror movie type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Oh, the goanna.
I don't need lizards in my life.
Yeah. Or the bearded dragon, whatever it is.
A former friend of mine, I used to watch his or feed his spiders and snakes and stuff when he would go
Yeah.
back home to Virginia. And he had an iguana. She was this big.
Yeah. So a big
Her
one.
toes were that big. And they were like, oh my, they were unbelievably. She was very docile, but I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time with her.
Yeah. How did you go with the snake?
I opened the lid, dropped the thing in, shut the lid.
Yeah.
The tarantulas were even more fun because I had to feed them crickets and stuff. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of creepy crawlies. What would have been bad is if I arrived and like one of them was not in their little encasement. But they all had locks on them, thank God.
Yeah.
cars really were big back then. And they're smaller than they were in the 60s, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely more used to Lance Henriksen with his more rustier voice.
Mm-hmm. You're talking to a machine. So funny. Now I'd panic.
Yeah, what's the saying? Once a coincidence, two's a...
Pattern. We used to get the phone book every year and it was like 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
And now we get it and it's only yellow pages.
Yeah, and ours are half the thickness and half the size.
Yeah, ours is about 1/2 inch. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why they bother. I'm sure that'll end soon.
Yeah, I don't think we've got any for a while. So maybe they've got rid of them here.
I don't think we get it every year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just recycle it, so I don't pay attention when we get it. It's probably every other.
All they're good for now is making Christmas trees.
How do they know where she is? Oh, well, Reese followed her. But how does Arnie know where she is? Because he finds her here.
I think she's next. I think he's just going down the phone book. I think she must be third on the list.
Right. But she's not at home when he finds her. She's here.
I don't know. I think maybe he goes to a house. I think I don't. Maybe they haven't showed it yet. I think maybe they go to a house.
I'm pretty sure he kills the roommate.
Yeah, I think he kills the roommate and then sees the picture of her. I think it's now. I think.
She was out with her Walkman dancing along.
Got to work up that appetite again.
She definitely would have heard all that with those
Yeah.
goofy foam ear things that were on the Walkmans.
Especially back in those days.
He's thorough. That's how he knows. Famous last words.
Oh, I definitely got a good trivia question for you for the next movie.
Awesome. There were a bunch of good ones on IMDb. I just sent myself the link.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah, Arnie did it better.
Yeah, but I like him better.
What other movies have I seen him in? Michael Bean. I know he was in The Rock.
Aliens. Navy SEALs, which is hilariously awful. I feel like there's another one that I've seen him in. Help if I spelled his name right. He's in The Abyss.
Is that's after this, isn't it? Yes, it would be.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, just about everything's after this.
Yeah. Movies.
Fourth Scorpion King. I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
Criminal Minds. I forgot he was in an episode of that. He's been in a lot of stuff, but nothing's really. Oh, he's in Tombstone.
Okay.
He's a bad guy in that. Jade. It's terrible, but I loved it, which I usually do. Movies that rate bad, I like. It's him and David Caruso from CSI Miami.
Okay.
K2, that has who's in that? Isn't
That
Harrison Ford in that? Isn't Harrison Ford in that?
I was gonna say like James Belushi.
No, it's a mountain climbing movie.
Oh, okay, no, that's not what I was thinking then. Who is it?
No, none of them are in that. I don't know. He just saved me from certain death from some freaking weirdo. I tend to believe him.
Your son.
That's coming sooner than we think, isn't it?
It's getting there.
He looks super weird in this scene, doesn't he?
He does.
Nice new car. On to shit.
Must have been how they did prosthetics back then, because he's only got the scar above his head, above his eyebrow at the moment.
Yeah. He's also in The Seventh Sign. I forgot about that with Demi
Seventh
Moore.
sign. Okay.
It didn't get
Sounds-
rave reviews, but I really enjoyed it.
Sounds familiar. Seventh.
Seventh is spelled out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But the cover looks familiar, though.
It's about the end of days. Seven Signs of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
It's certainly not an Oscar-winning movie, but I really like it. I watched it for the first time last year. First time in a long time. Let me just smoke this right in your face.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Oh, the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Sarah.
Yeah. She definitely doesn't put up with his shit in the next one.
I don't know that I'd trust that guy. He just looks like I don't know. Something unhelpful. Eyeball part's gross.
It is.
This isn't too great either, but I don't do well with eyeball stuff. Certainly sounds bonkers. And me.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I don't watch this part. I've been putting things in my eyes since 7th grade, but I can't watch anything that has
Yeah.
to do with it.
Doesn't look very comfy.
Looks terrible. But after the day she's had, I'd take it. It was written as "I'll come back." That does not have the same effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
Hmm.
He barely flinches, and that guy flies like 30 feet backwards.
What's the budget for this one? Terminator budget.
What's what?
The budget.
Mm.
$6.4 million.
A 12th of what it would be today.
Yeah. T2 budget.
Who would they even get to play Arnie's part in this today? Glenn Powell.
Would be a possibility.
He'd have to beef up, I think, a little more. Or they could have Glenn Powell play Reese.
Well, he was pretty big in so maybe we did Anyone But You.
Anyone But You.
Yeah.
I was telling Jacob to watch that. He likes Sydney Sweeney for her brains.
Terminator 2 had a budget of $94 to $102 million.
That'd be $1 billion budget now, I think. And Cameron would make it. Parker. 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 Okay? Where'd she pull that gauze from?
I don't know, maybe he grabbed some from somewhere. It was in the car. We just don't see it.
Maybe. Shouldn't be promiscuous then. was a kid. When I was younger, we had a much younger. We had a shepherd that looked just like those dogs. She would have let you come in and rub her belly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my parents had one before I was born.
Bio dad really liked them. And when my parents met, well, when my mother met him, um, he already had one. So
Yeah.
they got another one. Then we got a golden retriever Irish setter mix when I was about 7.
Yeah.
And thus the golden retriever years began.
Yeah. My parents had one of them too.
They're the best dogs in the world. No offense, girls. Thank God they don't understand me. What do you mean, Mom?
Yeah, they had a
Starting to
golden
get why what?
they had a golden retriever. Then 3 years later, after he passed, they got a Labrador and a Tenderfield Terrier. And now they got a Groodle and a Labradoodle.
What the hell's a groodle?
It's like a half poodle, half golden retriever.
Oh, we call them golden doodles.
Yeah.
Groodle's cuter though. I'm starting to understand why pit bulls have a bad reputation because these two are total killers.
Yeah.
Lick it to death. And when Kevin's coming later, something's up with my furnace. And when Parker sees him, the sound that comes out of her, it's like a child screaming.
Mm.
She's so killer. Oh, she has a first aid kit.
Yeah.
The things you notice 25
Kind
years
of look
after
like
you saw the first
yeah.
one.
It kind of looked like a torch as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, he's hairy, huh?
Yeah. Wax strips, mate. Wax strips.
Ugh.
Fuck you ass. Damn. Big no-no.
For real. Even movies back then would have told you not to stay on the phone.
Yeah, I think it's him anyway, I think. Yep. Mothballs. They stink, those things.
They do. I was saving myself for you.
Yeah.
See, I was saving myself for you.
That was a quickie.
Only for us. Out the way. Good thing that jackass leaves his dog out all night.
Yeah, well, that used to be a big thing.
Yeah. We have laws against it now. But only when it's cold. It doesn't matter how hot it is, but
Yeah.
I was rescued by a beagle a couple of years ago. He had severe separation anxiety, and turns out he was left outside all the time, all year round, no shelter. I don't know how he survived as long as he did. He was 4 when I got him, but he didn't even have a house. The guy fed him like once a week.
Yeah.
So he was very food dominant, and I don't know. Our last governor, the only good thing he did was initiate this law that was, if it's below freezing, they can only be out for no more than half an hour, which I think is too long.
Yeah.
The girls are barely out in the winter, unless it's, like a nice sunny day, then I let them play, but
Yeah.
too cold.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. Just neglect your animals like that.
Yeah, if you're going to treat them like that, don't get them. My dad had a basset hound when we met him.
Yeah.
That lived outside. It had a house, but it wasn't a warm house, but it, did its job, I guess. And when my mom and I moved in, so did the dog. My mom was like, I'm not dealing with that. Do, 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 do. He's very good at robotic movements.
Arnie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have kept going, buddy. You're going to want to get out of there.
I think another reason why I didn't like this one so much when I first saw it is because I'd seen Arnie in so much and he was always the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So going and seeing him as the bad guy in this one, it was just so different.
I think I liked it until I saw the second one. And I mean, there's just no comparison for me.
Yeah.
He looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah, you can definitely tell a lower budget.
Mm-hmm. But it is one of the most liked movies of all time, for sure.
Yeah. Well, there are some people that like this one over this part two.
I don't understand that, but to each his own. Should have made the fuses a little shorter. You're going to want to get out of the dumpster. There you go. And those people are nuts that
Oh,
let you set them on fire.
yeah.
Nuts. Straight up nuts. He'll be back. We're not. I remember the first time I saw this that I thought, my God, these effects are amazing.
Yeah.
Now they look ridiculous. It's like Dream Warriors, where they're fighting Freddy with the shovel, his
Yeah.
bones. That looked so good then.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite scenes in the next one is when he takes where he cuts his arm and reveals that he's a robot
Mm-hmm.
to Dyson.
Yep. Is this in 4K?
No, this is just normal. Just 1080.
I don't know why I asked that because I can't see 1080 on or 4K on this monitor anyway.
Yeah, I can on this Mac computer, but because these are just normal monitors, I can't. It's not 4K. And I thought, well, if people are going to watch along, they might not have 4K either. So it's not
Right.
good to do. I didn't think it'd be a good idea to do 4Ks if I had them anyway.
Both of my monitors are UHD, HDX, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so are these.
I think when I rearrange, though, I have a wall-mounted TV
Yeah.
that I'm going to get a 4K TV in here.
Okay.
It's only like 32 inches, so it won't be too expensive. I know he dies, but I can't remember how.
Bomb must have got him.
Persistent little bastard, isn't he?
Sorry?
Persistent little bastard.
Yeah. It's a bit like Chucky in Child's Play 1.
Been a minute since I saw that. How does it have such good traction under there?
I have no idea.
Things you think about
Yeah.
a long time later. Part of me expected it to come back. Did she steal the dog from the hotel?
That was a bigger dog, wasn't it?
I don't know. Definitely the same type of shepherd.
Maybe it was.
Huh?
Yeah. The fuck you say?
My 5 years of Spanish taught me nothing.
All right, everyone. That's the end of Terminator 1. I did forget to mention at the start of the stream that we are doing a double feature tonight. We are doing Terminator 2 straight after this. It'll give us 15, 20 minutes, I'm guessing. But here is the link in the chat for the next one. If you just want to click on that, it will take you straight to the next stream. And we'll meet you over there soon. Hope to see you there. Oh, yeah, and if you're in the movie room as well, just stay there as well, because that movie, Terminator 2, will just play in that same link as well. So we'll see you then. Bye.